What up, what up, what up? OGs, episode 156 going down right now. And of course, this episode is sponsored by one of our favorite brands out there, All of My Pickle. Shout out to All of My Pickle for sponsoring this episode.
Always.
I'm just going to say it right now. I've been on an All of My Pickle kick lately. I've just been craving like their...
My door of my fridge is All of My Pickle bags.
Really?
It's literally just All of My Pickle garlic. It's literally all the good stuff.
It's so good. Literally everything they make is so fire. And I'm going to be honest, like, we all get hungry, right?
Yeah.
We all get hungry. And it feels so much better whenever you like have a snack that's like legit healthy for you, because before All of My Pickle started sponsoring us, and I even really like heard about them, I was big on like the Grillos and like some of these other pickle brands. They're like the more mainstream brands. And after doing some research and like, cause All of My Pickle, they market all their stuff as like ultra healthy and like probiotic and all this stuff. And I was like, well, what does that mean the other ones are, you know? And you start looking into it and you're like, damn, low key, like, dude, I used to like drink the pickle juice. Like after the pickles are gone, I'd like drink the Grillo pickle juice and like, bro, that shit's low key not that good for you. So shout out to All of My Pickle, one of the best sponsors in the game. We absolutely love having them as a sponsor of this show. And y'all already know that we ain't letting no sponsor come in here that we don't fully believe in.
Exactly.
So shout out to All My Pickle. Y'all check them out. OGSP is a promo code on there. It gets you 10% off your first order. How's your week been, brother?
Pretty crappy.
Really?
I'll be honest. Pretty crappy.
Why?
I don't know. Have you ever had a coworker where they left and then it's just like you lost a brother or something like that?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Shout out Brittany. Brittany is that shit. She works with me and she trained me and she left me. And
She left me. It's so funny. It's like a breakup.
It literally is. It's funny. And she sent me a post the other day that was like, when your like work relationships turn into like a brotherly sister bond or brother sister bond, and I'm like, Brittany was the reason that I came into work smiling every day, and now she's not there, and I'm like, ugh.
It hits different.
Like,
when you're spending 40 hours a week with someone, sometimes more, like I know you the past couple of weeks you've been working your ass off, and like when you're spending that many hours with people, like you can't help but become either friends or enemies after a period of time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had a ton of people like that too, man, where it's like it's almost like you don't want to progress and get into a different role, or you don't want to go to a different company or something because of the like friendship you're going to lose. Literally, you know, and it's crazy. I've definitely been through that too. And
remember that one time when you got fired from Topgolf and I took your position?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that time. Yeah. Thank God I got fired, or you would have never been promoted.
I know. I mean, God,
you were second choice, brother.
That's a story we'll have to keep for a Patreon member.
We'll put that story behind a paywall for sure.
If people didn't know this, Nick and I and Joey, matter of fact, we all worked at Topgolf in the early days whenever it first opened here in Jackson. We ran that motherfucker.
Oh, 100%. So for anyone that doesn't know or has never been to a Topgolf or whatever, they've got like, I remember they did the initial hiring event and it was like 600 people. And so imagine like starting a business and you're bringing together 600 random people in your area to all like work at this super fun job. Like at the time it was like one of the funnest jobs I ever had, even though we made no money. And it was so funny because like that many people getting in the same area, you almost like all form this like huge clique, you know? And like there's certain people where you're like closer friends with or whatever, but like, yeah, me, you, and Joey were like the face of Topgolf.
Shout out Scott, shout out Macy, shout out Megan, shout out
true.
Who else?
Yeah, everyone.
Shout out literally.
Shout out JD.
Shout out JD.
Yeah.
Like what? But the girls that I work with now, keyword girls.
Yeah.
It's great. I love them. But it's a little bit harder just because her and I worked so well together, and like I guess that's why you're
kind of comparing some of your other co-work relationships with like comparing to that one, and it's not going to hit the same, you know. And
we worked so well together, and it's similar to like how we work. Like you have your strengths, you have your weaknesses, and like I feel like in turn my strengths and my weaknesses kind of offset yours, and that's how it should be. And like I guess I could complain a lot more, and I'll save y'all from that.
Yeah.
Let me not.
We got a big episode.
Good. God is good. God woke me up this morning. God woke us up, and you know.
Amen to that,
like,
brother.
Here we are.
So I had an interesting week as well. Me and Cassidy went to do a photo shoot with this guy, WFE Photography. I believe it's WFE Photography. Super cool guy. It's always so interesting, like when you meet a photographer for the first time. Because for me, I haven't done a ton of photo shoots. Like we've done a couple of them for the podcast and stuff, but it was cool because like I've never done like a. Like I was like modeling in a way, you know, but it was mainly for Cassidy, but she wanted to get like, so yeah, literally.
I'm in the Minnesota road in the Beaverlos. That's what I thought. I'm like, what?
That's so true. It was funny, like, you know, Cassidy did her thing. She did like a couple different outfit changes and whatever. And at the end of it, they were like, Nick, you want to get in for a couple? And I was like, why not? You know, it can't hurt. You know, it's not like I have like 4 posties. And for me, it's like when he says like, stand there and smile or whatever. It's like, I literally am just like stiff as a board, just standing there, like literally smiling or whatever. And he's like, okay, no, we're going to, so one thing that I am grateful for is like the way that he kind of directed me into like different poses and was like, all right, don't smile for this one or smile for this one. And then, you know, how he kind of like made the slightest tweaks that actually made a big difference. Like I saw when Cassidy was doing hers, he's like, all right, move your leg a little bit this way, or like, you know, kind of like prop your arm up or whatever. He constantly was saying like, make shapes with your body. Like don't, instead of being like a line, just like make shapes and like do different things, whatever. So it was really helpful. It was kind of an interesting experience, not gonna lie. It was like
I like the pictures. They were great.
I appreciate that.
Especially y'all two. Like,
yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing. And
how about your little mini post or not mini post, mini cast?
Wasn't that funny?
That was funny.
ChatGPT.
Everybody was eating that up.
Yeah.
No, that was Nick Usher. What you eat?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was like joking around with Cassidy because she called me as soon as I posted that, and she's like, "Mini me, literally," and I was like, "Yeah." And she's, I kept like teasing with her. I was like, "Well, you've been on your grind lately. Like clearly you've been losing some weight, you know." Like she's literally the size. Like if you look at the picture, my Corona is the same size as her.
I thought it was funny because the lighting was perfect because I know I took that picture.
Yeah, you
and
did.
like your shadow, shadow proportionate like to the size of her. I thought was gonna be in it.
There's a really good picture of me and you that I wanted to post, but for PR reasons, I couldn't post it, and it was such a good one. I was like, I almost want chat to like edit out certain things, you know, but you can't chat GPT every single picture. I gotta like stay, you know, keep some of it fresh and real. But no, I'm very excited about today's episode. I don't want to take a ton of time on this intro. No win of the week this week. We just kind of gave you a couple highlights of what we've been up to. Podcast wise, like we just been hustling, pumping out episodes. So you guys aren't really, if you see it on the gram or what, oh, I did want to talk about this. We've had some good clips on TikTok do really well lately. And I have not put a ton of effort into TikTok. You know, like it's not that I slept on it or whatever, but I just wasn't really posting everything on there and whatnot. But we had a couple clips from our last episode that blew up, and then I like repurposed them again and like reposted them, and they blew up again. And I'm like, golly, I might just keep reposting these things. So shout out to everyone that's been following us on TikTok. We gained 1,300 followers on TikTok in the last
I'd say
week.
we're 2,000 now. Let's see what
Really?
it is. It has to be. I guarantee we're probably at 7,000 now.
No. We just hit 6,000 like literally yesterday. I'm pretty sure. Let's just see what we're at because
Let's find out.
I bet we're at
665.
6,500. Really? So shout out to everyone that's showing us love on TikTok. We absolutely love you guys, and we are going to be posting way more stuff on there now, and we might even post like TikTok exclusive clips. So like if there's a good clip that maybe didn't make the final cut of the episode, or we didn't feel like it was Instagram appropriate or whatever the case is, like TikTok's pretty much allowing everything. So y'all go follow us on TikTok, bonus content on there. Shout out to our guest today, the owners of Kathy's Table. We had Kathy and Dan come through. Excellent human beings.
Oh yeah.
Great guests to have on the show. I've had Kathy's meals so many times, man. Like I know Cassidy is like she's a loyal Kathy's Table member. Every week we get it delivered to our house. The food is so good. And she also left us with a bunch of food to do a food review for. So you're going to be hooked as soon as you try some of it. Yeah. If you're not hungry before watching this episode, you're going to be very hungry by the time it's over. If you're into health and wellness, if you're into taking care of your body, which everyone should be, you're going to love this episode. Tons of things that I learned in it. And I hope you guys learned some as well. So do you have anything else, brother?
You look good today.
Thank you. So do you, man.
What?
So do you. All right.
Get stains out the ass.
See, hey,
we lit.
Hey, whatever. It don't even matter,
Looks
bro.
maxing over here.
Yeah, looks maxing. Grab me the hammer. No, but shout out to everyone that's watching this episode. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Y'all are the best. Episode 156 starts right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the OG Sessions podcast, episode 156, I believe. We butchered it on our last episode, but that's okay.
Is it 156?
I think it is 156 because it was 153. We said 153 for Wubs, but technically that's 154. We have one dropping in between those two. So this is episode 156. Thank you to everyone for being here with us. Today we've got some very, very special guests in the building. The owners of Kathy's Table, Kathy and Dan.
Hey.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Pleasure having you guys on the show today, for real.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So for everyone that has never heard of Kathy's Table before, which is probably nobody watching this episode, if you haven't heard, then get on it. That's on you. Let's go ahead and give them a brief rundown. What is Kathy's Table?
We do meal prep.
Okay.
I call it gourmet prepared meals, but everything's gluten and dairy free. No sugar, no soy, no seed oils. So yeah, it's all like super healthy, fully cooked. You're just reheating the meals.
Cool.
You can get single, family size, product by the pound, juices, desserts.
Perfect. So I actually do have a little bit of some experience with Kathy's Table. So Cassidy has been on Kathy's Table for like the past 2 months or however long it's been.
So, yeah.
And she's loving it. And then we did a food review for you guys like a couple months ago as well. And I'm obsessed. There's a couple items specifically that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
So I love the snack bowl. I literally took that to the beach and it's like perfect. It's got like fruit in it and like, you know, nuts. It's got the, what's it called? The peanut butter bites. What do y'all call them?
Yeah,
Are they peanut butter?
bars. Yeah,
protein?
chocolate peanut butter protein bars. Yeah.
So freaking good.
Aren't those, like, they're fire.
It's like a sweet treat.
People are obsessed with those.
It's literally like a gourmet peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
And it's healthy for you somehow.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
That was my goal. I'm like, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm going to make a healthy, protein-packed Reese's peanut butter cup.
And that's exactly what you did. Cass is obsessed with the chocolate cookies, whatever those are.
Oh, the chocolate chips.
So good.
Those are just almond flour, honey, cacao chips.
So everything you guys make, is it all healthy?
Yeah.
Because that's typically, before I got on Kathy's Table, my whole diet was unhealthy. And so it was like,
Definitely healthier ingredients for sure.
cool.
Yeah, super clean. Yeah, just vegetables, fruits, and proteins and seafoods.
What made you guys start this business?
Well, I've had Crohn's disease since the early 90s. So I've had to deal with surgeries and a lot of, a long time of...
What is that? What's Crohn's disease?
It's an autoimmune disease that it's in your digestive system. So your body is basically like attacking itself. The tissue in the lining of the gut, basically, it's the interior wall of your intestines is just constantly battling, destroying itself because it's like an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut. So, after years of having a lot of inflammation in there, you eventually have to have surgery because it's like the scar tissue builds up. So doctors have to go in and like cut that section of your intestines out and then sew it back together.
Oh my gosh.
Then certain portions of your small intestine are where you absorb certain nutrients. So a lot of times the most common area is in between the small and the large intestine where I've had it removed. And so you don't absorb B12, you don't absorb certain vitamins, you just have to like inject it. Because even taking a pill, it's like you don't have that part of your intestine anymore. So you have to like put it straight into your bloodstream.
How old were you when you found out you had that?
I think it was, they didn't really know, back in the 90s, they didn't know that kids could even get Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. It was more something you saw in older people. So
is it from poor diet? Like that's why older people have it? Like you've been just not eating right over the years, kind of?
They used to think that way when people would have like bowel issues, but now they see that it's like a hereditary autoimmune, you're always going to have it. It's just a matter of like, if you eat healthy, then you're not going to be bothered by it as much.
Gotcha.
And then you can be on drugs and medications and that kind of help too. And I have been on so many, I was doing these infusions for 20 years and it costs thousands of dollars per dose. And of course, then you're a customer for life, you know, and I'm like, well, now I'm not on it. And just the healthy diet, I think, is what has allowed me to be normal, and not be someone, you think of somebody as Crohn's and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for them. They probably can't leave the house, you know. And a lot of times, a lot of Crohn's patients it is very like they have chronic, you know, just can't leave the house. They're always tired. You know, you're always in the bathroom.
Because you're vitamin deficient.
Yeah, and your body's not absorbing the food. You know, you're not digesting the right way, so your body's not absorbing, you know, the nutrients that it needs, even if you do have all your intestines. And so, yeah, I sort of started getting on the paleo. My mom, you know, when I was like in middle school, we started kind of going grain-free and sugar-free and discovered the SCD diet, which is the specific carbohydrate diet. It's basically paleo, but with probiotics through making your own yogurt. And so just avoiding all the starches and sugar, and the only thing I use is honey to
sweeten things?
Sweeten, yeah, for all the sweet stuff. I mean, at Kathy's table, we use maple and agave, you know, because we do like vegan stuff, and, you know, but the natural sweeteners are way better for your digestion.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
and so you probably got on this healthier diet early.
Yeah. And it's been a long time.
And so when you got on, when did Kathy's table start? How long has this been going on?
What, 12?
13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're making these healthy foods for yourself, and then eventually you're like, I mean, I'm sure you probably get so good at it eventually, because it's like you're probably cooking every meal at home.
It's like I became this expert of how your digestive system works, you know, not just for a Crohn's person, but for normal people. You know, we all have good and bad bacteria in the gut. And if you're eating a lot of starches and sugars, sugar is what feeds that bad bacteria. So you're going to have a lot of bad bacteria if you eat a lot of sugar. And it also affects the brain too, because there's all this research now, thank God, on the gut-brain connection. And so if you have this bad bacteria, you eat a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs, a lot of people have, you know, issues with their mental health.
Is it hard for you to go out to eat now and like trust what they're kind of putting on the table for you?
Not really. I mean, like, we do have certain places that I know the owner, and I've been back in the kitchen, and, you know, we've had some of their kitchen staff work for us and vice versa. So there are places that I know I can go to, and they'll just cook a plain salmon and, you know, asparagus, and, you know.
You can look at a menu too and probably be like, all right, I know what's going to mess me up or whatever.
I'll get like the roasted oysters and, you know, stuff like that is fine.
What is the most like unhealthy food you've had recently? Like, is Chick-fil-A completely out of the picture at this point?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A like destroys me. But it's so good.
Yeah.
You know, and we made a copycat paleo Chick-fil-A nugget that is like so good.
So what makes it paleo?
It's
pardon my ignorance, but like
just using the tapioca like flour or like coconut flour. The almond flour is hard to fry with because it sort of falls off whatever you're breading. But the coconut flour and the tapioca starch is paleo safe, and it gives you that, you know, breading.
Oh, for sure.
And if you put it with a bunch of paprika and sea salt and garlic and onion, and, you know, I mean, you can really season it up and make a nice fried, you know,
I bet
on anything, you know.
I bet. I mean, with the right seasoning, you can make anything taste good, right? Totally. That's kind of where I'm at.
You know, there's some other secrets to it, but
yeah, we use the pickle juice. All of my pickle. You know.
Shout out to all of my pickle.
Yeah,
we might as well just throw the ad in right here. Get started early. What up, OGs? We interrupt this episode to tell you about one of our favorite sponsors, All of My Pickle. If you're tired of boring pickles that taste like, well, nothing, then it's time to upgrade your snack game. All of My Pickle makes the most delicious, gut-healthy, fermented pickles, krauts, and pickled veggies that you've ever had.
They're crunchy, tangy, and full of probiotics, but taste money, dude. Whether you're putting them on a salad, a sandwich, or just snacking them straight from the pouch, these pickles hit different.
Right now, All of My Pickle is offering listeners 10% off your first order with code OGSP at allofmypickle.com. Support a local business that makes food that actually loves your gut back. Go give All of My Pickle a shout. Thank you, All of My Pickle, so much for sponsoring this episode.
Code OGSP.
10% off your first order. That's a deal that you guys cannot sleep on. Now back to the episode.
We love you, All of My Pickle.
Yeah, no, definitely shout out all of my pickle. And I like that all of my pickle, like, I see, I didn't realize that pickles were low key. Like, if you go get Grillo pickles, I didn't realize that those were kind of like low key not healthy for you. Like, I thought that was a healthy snack for me to go and like pop a couple Grillos, and I'm sure it's healthier than a bag of M&Ms. But, but yeah, all of my pickle, like with the probiotics and like all the stuff that they do, I was like, wow, these are actually like a healthy, like a real healthy snack.
Those fermented foods are super rich in the probiotics, and it really builds up that good bacteria that you need to have a nice, good functioning, you know, when your digestive system is at high, you know, optimal 100% performance, then your mind, your immune system is all, you know, golden.
So that must be how you got the name Kathy's Table, because you were already putting all these healthy things on your own table.
Yeah.
And so you're like, boom, let's just make a company out of it. And
it's so funny because, well, before Kathy's Table, I was in fitness. I, you know, had every certification you can name. Was a certified personal trainer and was at UNF when I was in college and worked in the gym there, and, you know, just was obsessed with fitness and was on the weightlifting team in high school. And, you know, I just have always loved health and fitness. And when I started working at Bailey's and I was teaching spinning at like Ponte Vedra Inn Club.
R.I.P. to Bailey's. Oh my gosh, it's rare.
Choose.
Choose, exactly. I remember
Choose.
Bailey's. I was going to the Bailey's at the beaches for the longest time. I still have my Bailey's checking card.
Right?
That's so funny. Yeah, it'll always be Bailey's at heart.
I know. I will always say Bailey's too. But yeah, that's kind of where I first, back when I first started the actual website, kathystable.com, it was an old, I lived in New York in my 20s, and everybody had a blog. You know, this is like when the blogs were like, it was before Instagram, and everybody had a blog. And so I'm like, I'm going to do a food blog. And so I started posting like I had a Nikon camera and was taking these cool pictures of my little crackers and brownies and, you know, these little things I'm like experimenting with, the almond flour. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to like start posting the recipes, because I know there's people out there that either have Crohn's or they just want to eat healthier, you know, snacks. And I'm just going to start doing a little food blog. And so the kathystable.com was a WordPress site for years. And then when I came back to Jacksonville after being in New York, I was like, I'll just start, you know, I'm like going into Bailey's and like teaching a couple classes, and then, you know, the people are going to the class and then they're going through McDonald's or with their kids, and they're like, God, I'm not losing weight. I'm trying to lose this weight, you know, or the guys are, they're trying to bulk, or they're trying to, you know, whatever. And I'm like, let me just cook for you guys, you know, like, and so I literally put PayPal buttons on the WordPress site.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was putting ice packs in my gym bag and going up to teach my class at Bailey's, and was putting all this food like in my gym bag. That's funny. Handing them out like at my class. And
best trainer ever. Jesus Christ. Can you start being a trainer again? Golly.
Yeah.
Right? That's sick.
And they're just paying, you know, through like the PayPal on my WordPress site.
I used to have a website. This podcast sparked from an old clothing brand we used to have, and I've always been a big advocate of like, I'm gonna do everything myself. You know what I mean? And like YouTube is my best friend, and my first website was a WordPress site. Yeah. And I would add like the little PayPal buttons, and like really, it's like the stupidest little. I mean, at the time, it's like it's cool, you know, but
you could do
it's all That was e-commerce. That was like the start of e-commerce. Was the little PayPal. I know exactly the little button you're talking about, and you take, you know, like you can charge people through the thing, but it was like so difficult, like trying to transfer the money from that.
So clunky.
Like now the Shopify is a thing. It's like,
that's
so
what we
easy.
have now. Yeah, we eventually, when him and I first met, he was like, we need to get you on Shopify. Yeah. I was like, I know. But that was when, you know, Shopify kind of was first getting going, and it was perfect because it had, you know, a subscription, you know, in the beginning when the first subscription apps came out, you weren't really able to, like, I was still getting people to like send in I made this little form where they could fill out like what meals they wanted, you know, because back then I had like a chicken meal, a salmon meal, a breakfast meal, you know, and then like little protein balls. And back then there were balls. I like loved making balls for some reason. I don't know why. I was like obsessed with these balls. They were like cool like molds that you could just make, you know, anything.
And it'd be like little like
and they
like granola type of things. Like is that what you're saying?
Some of them were, but some of them were more like baked off, like almost like little pancake type balls.
Oh wow!
With the almond flour and the protein powder and stuff but yeah, they were like these cute little, and they fit in the container perfectly, and you know you can throw them in your gym bag, take them wherever, and you know, but when we first met, we met at Tighten Up.
Oh no way!
The old Tighten Up. And
what was that, like fitness classes at the time? Like I've seen the ads for it.
I was there working out. She was coming in.
I was making meals.
And you're like, who's this hunk over here lifting weights? Like, he looks like he knows a couple things about e-commerce. Let's get
yeah. And he was basically like, you're making more money, and it takes less time to make these meals with the chicken and the salmon, and you know, and then you're spending so much time, because my whole menu was like snacks.
Yeah.
And then there were like 3 meals. You know, and he's like, dude, these snacks take you like days and days and days. You're up all night making these stupid snacks. I'm like, I know, but they're so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they weren't, you know, the meals were selling like way more.
So in the early days, you're making all these yourself. Like there's no kitchen, there's no like a bunch of people in there helping, and
I was all by myself. I had just moved back from New York. And I moved in with my Mimi, my dad's mom. She lived in Ponte Vedra, and she had, you know, 2 fridges, double oven. And I'm like, Mimi, I'm going to use your kitchen, you know, every Sunday. I'm going to be like cooking a bunch of chicken. And she literally, God bless her, she just passed away 3 days ago.
Oh my gosh, R.I.P.
97 years old.
Wow.
I know.
So you must have been cooking for her too. Goodness gracious.
She lived a long life. But yeah, she would always, every time I'd come in with all the chicken and broccoli, and she'd be always, she's a Jacksonville lady, like born and raised. She named the JU Dolphins. She went to JU back in, you know, the 40s.
Wow.
And
that
named
is
the
crazy.
mascot. Yeah, she was a cheerleader there.
That's awesome.
And avid fisherman and tennis player, and she'd be, whoa, Kathy, that's a lot of chicken. You know, like we'd come in with all this stuff. We'd go to like
more every Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's like every week it was more and more and more, and we were just growing so fast. And he was like, you can't do this at your Mimi's house. You know, you got to get a commercial kitchen. And
thank God Dan came along. Mimi would have had to buy a new kitchen or buy a new house or something.
Right. And yeah, that was like our first date. Was he came over to my Mimi's house, and we cut a bunch of broccoli, and Mimi was helping us. So
Dan, were you like, what am I getting myself into on that first date? Were you kind of like,
no, I like it.
He knew.
How were you eating when you first met Kathy?
I was eating okay.
Okay.
You know, I eat better now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
More knowledgeable. Learned a lot.
Wait, is there any foods that you miss that, like, you know?
No, I can still eat.
Do you ever have a little cheat meal or something kind of fun here and there?
Yeah.
What is the ideal cheat meal?
Once a day. I mean,
Yeah.
just kidding.
What is the
When I'm not
ideal
looking.
cheat meal?
Cheat meal. I don't know. I really like Mexican food and Italian food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
He's
good
a
pasta dish.
guy.
Little enchilada?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big El Patro lover. Anyone that's like a Jack's Beach native can knows. Like, I'm El Patro
Right.
knows
I
me.
used
There was
to eat there
jokes. Growing up when I was a kid, it was a joke. There's like the same guy that works at El Patro's, like he's been there ever since I was a kid. My mom was going to El Patro back before I was even born. And so it's like this like running joke that like that dude's actually my dad. One of the guys that, shout out Jorge. And it's like this running joke.
What's up, Dad?
Yeah, that's like literally I go in there and I'm like, what's up, Pops? So then it's like this funny running joke and he knows it,
my
like
gosh.
whatever. And that's like my cheat meal. Like if me and Cass are
Yeah.
going to go somewhere fun throughout the week, I'm like El Patro
yeah.
all day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know, it's so good. Yeah, I love Mexican too, but I have to make like when we do it at the house with the kids, I'll make my little lentil tortillas. You know, so it's
But
all
it
like,
doesn't even really count as Mexican food. It's
Yeah.
like if it doesn't make me like if it doesn't destroy my stomach, for me it doesn't really count as Mexican
Right.
food. You know, that's just kind of like the standard for
you
it for
gotta
me.
go all in. Yeah.
So how many clients did you have when you stopped making it at Mimi's? Wasn't that it was Mimi?
Gosh, we probably Mimi's. I want to say, I don't know. It must have been between 30 to 50 customers.
Oh my God.
Maybe
But every
less-
person,
maybe less than
but every
that.
person's getting like multiple
A couple
meals, right?
Yeah, for the whole week. And
Maybe around 5 or so.
it got to the point.
Average.
Well, it was 5 when we like first met.
That's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
But,
Dan,
yeah.
don't downplay
It was
the
like-
momentum.
It got to the point where we couldn't fit. You know, when we had put all the meals together and we bagged everybody's stuff, and it was like it wasn't fitting in the 2 fridges. I had to
Wow.
like take our wine out, and you know.
Okay, that's how you know we got to
Like,
upgrade the
sorry,
kitchen. Once it's
baby.
taking the wine's position in the fridge, it's
Yeah.
like, we got
She's like,
to.
That's a
where's my
crisis.
Chardonnay?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that is
"Sorry,
so
baby."
funny. So what did the
but,
first
yeah.
kitchen look like? Did you guys know you're like, we got to move into a commercial kitchen?
Yeah.
And was it one of those kitchens where you're like sharing it with other companies or whatever?
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
about those before. I don't know much about it, but
Commissary kitchen.
Commissary kitchen. Yeah, yeah. And we actually that's where we are now. Is it's just crazy how everything like comes full circle. Where we first started back when we, you know, had no idea what we were doing, and we're like sharing this huge kitchen with like several other businesses and food truck guys, and we're just, you know, cranking out these meals every weekend and then going and delivering all over Jacksonville every Monday. Him and I were the delivery drivers.
oh, so you're
You know-
at this time you're delivering them
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
When we moved
Everybody's-
to the commissary, it was just me and her starting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're out there dropping off, just going all across Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
Dropping
Every
off meals.
Monday, I remember we got to the point where it was so many customers that we would be delivering until like 10 o'clock on a Monday.
We deliver all day.
all
my
day.
God.
Finally had
long.
to split up.
We started, yeah. Then
Oh
we
my
started
gosh,
because one of us would like navigate and
Yeah.
text the customer, and then then we eventually had to start hiring,
Yeah.
people, kitchen people, drivers.
Because
you
that was
know.
one thing I thought was really cool. Like I had never heard of y'all until Cassidy and you guys made the connection, and then we actually got to go to your headquarters, which is super dope. And you guys
Yeah.
have like frozen foods in like a big display case there, which is really nice. And at this
Yeah.
time, I didn't realize you guys were delivering it.
Yeah.
And then Cassidy like texted me one day. And she's like, "You can go downstairs and grab the Kathy's table that just got delivered." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Like they deliver it too? It's freaking awesome."
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so like I thought, I mean, it's you guys definitely have like a very efficient system running, which is cool.
Yeah, and I think back then that was when we first, because I was I was teaching at Bailey's, and I had all these gym connections, and so that's when we first I don't think anybody was doing it at the time, was getting a fridge, putting it at the gym, and all the people that I could just go to one place and drop off 10 or 20 orders,
And they pick it up.
Everybody at that gym could get their food on Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
and have it for the week. And so that's kind of how we started with our like pickup locations.
That
is-
really is a secret. Like when with fitness, like I'm starting to learn now, it's like I can go to the gym as many days as I want.
Right.
But like my energy levels, like everything is messed up if I don't keep my diet right.
Right.
And right now it's like my diet's so mid compared to y'all. Like you guys see my diet, you're like, oh, that's cute, But like I'm just all I'm focusing on right now is just like high protein, like a lot of carbs
Right.
and a couple vegetables, whatever Cassidy forces on my plate.
Yeah.
And like that's pretty much it. But compared to what I was like before I met Cassidy, it was like fast food maybe once, twice a day,
Right.
and
Right.
then just kind of whatever leftovers are around, and like, but we got more like into the grilling and stuff like that. And Cassidy cooks a lot at home. And so when we came across y'all's thing, it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
really it wasn't, I thought it was going to be more expensive, to be 100% real.
Yeah.
Like I thought Kathy said, like, I mean, I've always thought like a meal prep service or something like that is just
I
so
was
out
very
of
surprised
budget.
myself.
I'm going to
Yeah.
raise the prices.
Right.
They were great prices. And y'all's website, by the way, is wonderful. I know you also
thank you.
Shopify and everything, but
Thank
I was
you.
going through today. I was like, okay, like website work,
Yeah.
let's go.
A
Yeah.
clean website says a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you-
probably our 4th website, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely morphed over the years from, little Kathy's little
Yeah.
thing. And now it's, because when you listen to the customers and you really, truly take into account what they want, what they're saying, what they're requesting, what's going to be easier and faster, that is what has, I think, made us grow so fast and be so successful is that we really pay attention to what everybody is saying and to make it the best experience,
And you guys switch the meal, like the menu switches every week, correct?
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
We do like a major, the whole menu basically changes every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
So do you guys rotate between like the same menus every 2 weeks, or is it always like just, you don't know what you're going to get when that new menu drops pretty much, right?
Yeah, I mean, it stays on the same sort of slots, I guess you could say. Like, there's always 2 breakfast options, the protein bars, and then a chicken salad, chicken, breast, thigh, pork, beef, salmon, shrimp, and then like the vegan option, and then the juices. But yeah, you're always going to be able to choose those slots. It's just the personality of the chicken, the thigh, the beef, the salmon. They just kind of change, the carb, the sauce, the veggies, so you sort of like feel like you're eating all these like different meals all the time. And they are complicated. I mean, it is super labor intensive to be prepping and cooking everything from scratch. I mean, nothing has come from a bottle or a can, or I mean, everything is truly, it is a scratch kitchen.
How do you source all your items? Do you guys go to like farmers market type of thing? Like, how do y'all? Because you have to have so much, right?
To go to the farmers market, but we do have, we're like I guess because of our quantity that we order through Cisco, they allow us to kind of pick and choose like which local sources that we're getting some of our produce and stuff from, and like some of our meats come from like Buckhead in Georgia, and some stuff comes from in the surrounding areas, Palatka and north of us. So
I mean, that's still impressive, like keeping it within that area. I mean,
we do try to keep it as local as possible.
I'd be all over Costco.
Yeah,
because I was kind of wondering. I'm like, if you're making a million chicken breasts, like, where you get it all from? You're not going to Publix, obviously, and getting it.
Right.
And even nowadays, like, I don't even trust Publix with certain things, like we got we fell for the trap. Walmart did this promo where it's like 1 year free delivery. And we don't live near Walmart. Like, if you're at the beaches, like the closest Walmart's like 15 minutes away.
Right.
And so we got like hooked onto this free delivery thing, and we were like getting all of our like easy items. We just order them through Walmart and it'd be free delivery, and it was like perfect. Yeah. But we got a couple steaks one time, like,
Yeah.
I don't trust that. You know what I mean? For me, I'm like, I'm not picky. If I'm throwing it on the grill, like, it'll burn off all the nasty parts of it,
Just cook it well done.
Yeah, exactly. Very well done. Let everything die that's on it. But no, we've got a couple of things that are like, not the best probably. But yeah, I'm kind of like learning that too. Like, not everything, just because it's, at Whole Foods or Publix, it doesn't mean it's like necessarily the best thing for you still,
Yeah.
Especially with the seed oils and all that crap.
A lot of times when you get stuff, and even through when we order, like the raw, like you want to order it completely raw, because if you get something that's already been, like the turkey or something, if you get the ones that have been brined, they're coming from like a brine that had sugar and like the, salt, like it's like a sodium
like bath kind of
mixture.
That it's in?
Yeah, right. That it's not, so it's like, no, we want the raw meat. Like we will brine it ourselves with the sea salt and the honey, and but like at Publix, if you buy those pre-marinated, chicken or steak or whatever, and you look on the back and it's canola oil, sugar, guar gum, all these like stabilizers and
stuff you can't even fucking pronounce.
That's when it's bad.
What are seed oils? That's like the topic of discussion right now with foods, is just the seed oils. And as somebody who's allergic to everything, like, what are the health, like, what's the word, but what are the health things about seed oils that are so bad for us?
It's because they're so highly refined, like they're heated at such a high level, and they come from some of them are like just a byproduct of like what's left over from whatever they're manufacturing, and it causes it's like super cheap, and it causes your body to have a super strong like inflammatory response. So it causes
bloating
and seeds technically don't they like naturally put out chemicals that are made for animals to not eat them or something like that? Like seeds are already like not they're difficult for your body to process anyway or something, and then they're sprayed with pesticides usually. Right. And so it's like usually like even though you're eating like a some kind of seed or whatever, it's like not technically just a raw seed, if it comes from especially like a big distributor or something, it's like they're doing everything they can to keep these things on the shelf longer. And make them taste better, and
they're cheap, but it's like the canola, vegetable,
sesame.
No, sesame's fine.
Was there any items where you guys had trouble making that are like tough to reheat? Because that's one thing that I found impressive, where it was like every item that we'd like heat up that y'all make, it like tastes fresh.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of thinking, like there's a couple things. I think it was like the Berea Bowl or something like that. I was like telling Cass, I'm like, we're going to see about this one. You know what I mean? Because I'm like thinking of like it's in the microwave for a couple minutes. Like
I know.
I don't know. You would think that
Well,
some of the
I
foods
will-
would be soft too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we use ramekin, or not ramekins, the 2-ounce little souffle cups sometimes for sauces. So
Okay.
try to package
yeah.
it so you see it and you take it out.
Right.
Also,
But
the
yeah.
fish and chips is probably the only one I can think of.
No, the fish and chips was good.
I mean,
Yeah.
We did that on our original one. That was
you
one
can
of
do it in the
mine.
microwave. It's totally fine, but
Yeah.
it's soft.
But
Yeah.
we cook, we cook just to temp, like right under temp, the salmon and the chicken, so that when it is reheated, it's not just like, it's like way beyond
Oh, true.
what
Yeah.
it should be cooked at, so it's all dried out. So yeah, we really make sure that we pull it right under the temp, because then we know that, when they're going to reheat this meal, it's going to be cooked right at that sweet spot where the salmon is just perfect, and, the veggies are still kind of crisp, and, everything's seasoned, and, so.
Was there any
it's-
hard items to like figure out kind of what that sweet spot is for them? Like, what was the hardest item for you guys to like come up and figure out? I'm sure you're doing like experiments and stuff with like some of these items.
Yeah, I think the chicken breast is probably, chicken breast is always going to be the hardest. It's the most lean protein, and so it's the hardest one to not have it dry out on you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I always did a sauce, like on our meals.
Yeah.
Because I was always like, I don't want people heating up my meal and they're like, ugh, this is so dry, and there's no flavor. And so I always wanted to make a sauce, that would like keep the moisture, and make it flavorful. And then when they reheat it, the sauce sort of like just like does this sexy, melting onto the meat and then onto the carb underneath. And, it just makes the whole meal just like come back to life. And so that's what we always would tell people is like, yeah, we've pretty much become like masters at making leftovers taste amazing. Like you want to lick the container because it's so good.
Yeah, well, yeah, Cass is guilty of that for sure. She'll take a freaking like mini teaspoon and like be scooping out the corners of it. I'm like, all right, we're getting our money's worth out of Kathy, just so y'all know. No food goes to waste.
Yeah, get it all.
Yeah.
so
Do you guys
good.
have a personal favorite item that like if you could just keep it on the menu forever, you would?
I mean,
Because I'm sure I'm pretty sure
has
y'all
a
keep the
lot.
peanut butter bars on there.
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
If we ever took the peanut butter bars off the menu, people would come and hunt me down.
It's
Where do
crazy.
you live? I am going to come find you.
It's like each one's like 11 grams protein or something like that, or is it the whole case is
Yeah.
11 grams? Like something is like good. I'm like,
13,
yeah, it
something
is
like that for the
awesome.
whole thing. But yeah, it is a pretty hefty, because it's got a good amount of peanut butter in it. So
Yeah.
it is a pretty like, good serving of, it's a 2x3 bar, and it is like a meal replacement bar.
yeah,
So I tell some people, if they don't want to have that many calories at one time, they're just cut it in half, or cut it into 4 pieces, because that's what I'll do. I'll just cut it in 4 pieces. I have a little bit right before I work out,
yeah.
with my coffee, and then I'll have some in the afternoon when I want to have like a sweet treat, or at night for dessert.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect little.
Dan, what's your favorite meal on the menu?
Man,
He's got so many.
I could make a top 5 easy.
Let's do top 5.
Some of the like the breakfast meatballs.
Oh yeah.
The bang bang chicken thighs. The one on the menu right now. The
Oh,
Tex-Mex.
the brisket.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Brisket is so
I
good.
love brisket.
I like that super green salad we do. There's a bunch.
I think it's really cool too that you guys do different portion sizes based off of like what your goals are too.
Yeah.
That was one thing I noticed when we were at the headquarters, where it's
Yeah.
like I forgot what the actual labels are, but like you can get more of a serving, because like there's
Right.
certain times like sometimes Cass is putting down those meals and I'm like, I'm gonna need 2 of those if
Right.
that's the case,
The
you know.
Arnold.
Yeah, like if I'm super hungry, like she's eating this little like tiny Tupperware of food, I'm like,
Yeah.
good thing we got the peanut bars
Right.
in the thing, because I'm gonna need like 3 of them when we're done. But no, I like that. Like, there's the different portion sizes. It kind of gives you options, Yeah. And we interviewed David Campfee, who is like a big
Big. Keyword big.
Keyword huge. Like, thought he was going to break the freaking couch when he came down. But just like bodybuilder, clearly is like very strict on his diet and things like that. And he's posting his meals. And I'm like, yeah, that's like a week's worth of food for me right there just for dinner. And it is impressive, like how serious people take the diet, you know? And I'm sure that this is a good segue into Hayden as well. Like, you know, there's a ton of times where I'm like, you know, I'm want Hayden to try something, or we're out eating something. I'm like, dude, you got to try this or whatever. But he has a ton of allergies.
Right.
And so if my boy here was ordering from Kathy's table, like, would he have to be like particular about, obviously I know you'd have no problem going and like choosing what items, you know, you'd be allergic to and whatnot. But is there like complications with, and I don't know how sensitive you are to a lot of that stuff, but like, so if there's, how does that work? Because I know you mentioned you have vegan options, but if like Hayden here, he's like, I can't do shellfish, can't do peanuts, couple other things, whatever. Like, is there a way to get around that, or is it all kind of like cooked in the same kitchen? So it's
like we have our bakery area is kind of separate, and that's where all the nuts and peanut butter is. And then like the kitchen is, you know, it's kind of in a separate area where everything gets cooked, and then we do the shrimp like very last thing that's going in the oven. So all the customers that have, you know, we have a lot of people that have a lot of different allergies. So, you know, we really try to make sure that there is no cross-contamination with the nuts and the shrimp, and, you know, so we're pretty, you know, and some of the people that have, you know, like a mushroom allergy or something, you know, we have a little special list of people that, you know, we will do like a custom meal for them. You know, it's like all the regular meals are on the table, and then we have the special people where, you know, we'll use extra of the other vegetables, and then just make sure that they don't get any mushrooms near, you know, their meal. And
it's crazy how serious it is
taken care of that way.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
It's very,
is.
You know,
it definitely is. No, trust me, we
seriously.
Been there, done that.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna say is like
scary.
With like I'm assuming you said bakery is separate, but when it comes to like mixing things, and I guess you probably just answered it just a second ago, is there a way that I can make like a custom order, or somebody that can request like something be removed? Because even like sesame seeds, it's something that's often used in mixtures of greens and stuff like that. I'm allergic to sesame seeds. Like, is there a way that I would be able to say order a month's worth of meals and have you remove something that is on everybody else's meals?
Oh yeah. Because we don't even really use sesame seeds, because I can't really digest sesame seeds.
No, we only use one meal at a time.
And it's like the only time we'll use like sesame oil, you know, is like an Asian style dish that we'll use it. Or if it's like the tuna, we'll put like sesame seeds outside the tuna. But I mean, really, there's so many ingredients that it's so easy to just like leave it out, you know, because it's like when you're cutting a huge tuna loin, just leave a few pieces that just don't have the rub on there.
True,
And,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a little bit dependent on the meal. Sometimes we do big batch cooking, so sometimes it's a little hard to do. But all you gotta do is send us an email. We can find out. Get you an answer real quick.
And we'll take care. Yeah.
If it's like layered on the meal, like we have to physically layer the meal, like carrots or for whatever, we can take that out easy.
Yeah,
just not put it on there.
For
Replace
sure.
it, add something else. We do a lot of that.
What is the most unhealthy meal that you guys make? If you had to decide, I'm sure there's like a meal y'all put on there that's like, it's more of a fun meal, right?
I guess
Gotta be something.
Yeah, maybe the fish and chips, or, you know, because there's no like vegetables.
No, true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's so funny. It's like the most unhealthy meal.
Nothing green.
Yeah.
It's just like fish and
Maybe that's why
potatoes.
I enjoyed it so much. Dude, I tore up that fish. That was the first meal I made.
Oh yeah.
It was so
we
good.
make my granny's remoulade sauce recipe that goes with that. So it's like granny's, you know, like we had to like really work hard to get that recipe from her, because my great mom, she like never, my mother's mother, they were, you know, French like chefs.
Oh wow.
And so that kind of like came down, and I guess maybe I've gotten some of that as their French, you know, influence. But yeah, like great mom never wrote anything down, and so we had to like try to like pry it out.
Get her
you know,
to teach you,
like,
yeah.
over the phone of like years of, you know, before she passed away, and I'm like, great mom, you got to give me that remoulade.
Yes.
It is so good. You know, like, and it's like literally everything but the kitchen sink is in that thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is so good. You could put it on anything, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not picky when it comes to like the remoulade sauces and all that, and like the fun stuff to like dip some fries in or whatever. Gosh,
I'm such
say
a sauce
less.
girl.
Yeah, I love some sauce.
Yeah.
It kind of like it makes a meal for me. Like there can be a meal that I don't like, but if I put the sauce that I like on it, like it's fine. You know what I mean? It's like I don't even notice that I don't like it anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I was. I mean, I still am. I'm very bad about the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
I will never.
Yeah.
I'll salt something up like it's nobody's business.
Right.
Like I'm bad. It's a
middle
really
name is
bad
salt.
addiction. I've gotten a lot better. I will say I've gotten a lot better. But
we
like,
gave him a hard time.
yeah, they really did give me such a long time because the way that it all happened was, I can't believe I'm exposing myself, but we went to Chick-fil-A one day, and I literally asked for extra salt packet.
Yeah.
And
For his fries.
for my fries. And
Come
it
on
was like,
now.
it's only because I've been screwed a couple times. Like,
Right.
you only need, like, for me, if my fries are unsalted, I can tell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, at least just give me like the one small packet and let me load that thing up, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to, they gave me so much problems about this. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm breaking my salt addiction.
Yeah.
Now I'll get on like the, what is it called? I think it's Kinders or something. There's like all these little like you know, like garlic butter powder things or whatever, you know, and I'll load up a meal with that, you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
those
it's
are good.
nobody's business. I mean, I'm sure they're terrible for you, but they are really good. They do taste delicious.
Yeah.
Or like the cowboy butter,
Yeah.
say less.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to taste good. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I've been taught wrong my entire life, but I've always loved like chicken and rice. And I can't have a whole lot, but
Yeah.
white rice is my jam.
Yeah.
Can't have eggs, so I can't have fried rice. And I've heard it's one of the most like terrible things to reheat. Like it's a bacteria building and stuff. Like how true is that? And like, do y'all use a lot of rice in y'all's things? And how does
Yeah.
that get like adjusted as far as like reheating goes?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're always going to have that risk of any kind of leftover food, you know, as long as you're allowing it to cool properly. And then, you know, like the whole process of when it comes out of the oven, when it's sitting at room temperature, and then when it goes in the cooler and it's not closed yet, and then you finally close it, you know, so it's not like steaming on itself, like in the cooler. That's what really reduces your risk of having that bacteria grow, you know, and that's really what it comes from is people they're cooking it and then they're like putting it in a container and then just closing it and putting it right in the fridge, and it's like going from super hot to super cold too fast.
True.
And so you have to take it really slow.
Learned something new today.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Slow is the best way to
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, yeah. So you can't rush it. Yeah.
That's funny. And I feel like there is a ton of different foods that like you can make a healthy version of it, you know, like for me, I always try to kind of go like the healthier route, especially with Cass. Like shout out to her, 'cause she's always trying to make like the healthiest stuff, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, look, I'm all about protecting your health and doing all these things, whatever, but I have to have some of my meals taste good.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
so like I'll still make I'll make a steak or whatever, but I'll put some of my own seasonings on. I'll put a little butter in the pan, you know what I mean, or whatever the case is.
Oh, yeah.
You guys also do like not smoothies, but like beverages too, like the green juices, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with those? Oh, you're
Yeah,
good. That
those
thing,
are-
we knocked that over on the record. You're only the 8th guy to do that since we've been at the studio.
Yeah.
So what is the like juice situation like?
Yeah,
Because I know
yeah.
I saw y'all do like the green juices and like some of the other stuff, but
Yeah, the juices came along quite a while. I mean, pretty while, good deal after the meals were going for a while, and because you know a lot of people they were, oh, I want to do a juice cleanse, you know, to kind of restart my gut, you know, for January. I want to do a cleanse, and so we kind of started doing the juices and researched, you know, the whole cold press method of, you know, not having any heat element with the produce, so that you really contain the full nutrients that are in the vegetables and fruits that are going into the juice. So they're not getting any kind of heat at all. So that cold press, it's basically just squeezing, you know, muscle. I mean, we have a huge, you know, big commercial cold press juicer now.
So you guys probably have the electric juicer, right? Because we just got the attachment for our mixer thing, whatever it's called,
Oh,
the
yeah.
KitchenAid, mixer.
Yeah.
And we just got the juice like attachment thing. That thing is
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can make anything out of that. Like we made fresh orange juice one time, and like
yeah,
we were
it's
she's
great.
throwing like greens in there and all kinds of stuff. I was like, this thing's pretty
those are
sweet.
fun.
Yeah, Yeah.
And you can really go all out with those too. Like, have you guys ever done a juice cleanse or anything like that?
I've done it a couple times. I mean, like, me with my Crohn's, I can't really handle a lot of, like, greens, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, certain people, depending on the way that their digestive system is, you know, if they've kind of slowed down, they're like, I need to get some greens, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is definitely going to get you going.
We could use a little
You know?
reset.
Yeah.
You know, we could use some to kind of, you know, start the process over a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be feeling real good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the green ones that we've done over the years, but a lot of the other ones, like the cranberry apple and like the tangerine juice, you know, with like a little ginger in it, you know, they're not green, but they're, you know, it's still like a really tasty, healthy cold pressed juice that you're getting a ton of like vitamin C and, you know, and other vitamins from, you know, yeah, it's not green, but you know,
Sure.
there's a lot of good nutrients in, you know, just the fruit-based ones too.
Do you guys do like meals for people that are on a carnivore diet, or like I know you mentioned the vegan stuff
Yeah.
or whatever, but like the carnivore diet too, that's a whole mission in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever tried that, Dan? Doing the
Yeah.
carnivore diet?
It's paleo style meals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have those.
Yeah,
it's not-
each meal has like a paleo version.
I like my carbs though.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
See, I'm the paleo girl. He's the carb guy. But yeah, I always wanted to make sure that every single meal could be made paleo for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not eating rice or potatoes or, you know, I'm just a meat and, you know, I mean, I eat mostly, I'm like a big fruit person. Like I eat a lot of fruit because it's just easier for me to digest bananas and avocados and apples and
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, most of the time I'm just eating meat and veggies, you know.
Yeah.
And a good sauce, like a good pesto or.
Are you
know.
guys eating the meals you guys are making? Like, do you guys have Kathy's table at the house, or do you prefer to kind of like have that freedom to cook some of your own stuff?
I mean, I'll
Sometimes
bring
we
stuff
do,
home.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll bring stuff
I
home.
I'm there all the time, five days a week.
Sure.
So I'm always making stuff out of what we have. Usually I custom make me my
just
own
kinda
meal.
Yeah,
pulls, like,
I get to pick
whatever.
whatever I want. So,
Yeah.
but I bring stuff home.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were some of the biggest struggles y'all had when you were first starting off this business? Because it's like, it is very unique in itself, you know, and
It was handling the growth. So we were
Yeah.
doubling the first like 3 years. We doubled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
and so was
lot.
it just like, you know, getting more ingredients and getting more packaging and more deliveries and
It was
stuff like
everything
that?
across the board you can think of, really. Getting the quantity,
the
keeping up
hiring.
with, everything.
That's a
up,
great
keeping
problem
up.
to have.
Yeah.
It
the
is.
employees,
It
the
is.
training, getting people to be consistent. Because, you know, when you go into the food industry, everyone who's a chef, you know, wants to be creative with
True,
what
yeah.
they're making. So even though there's a recipe, you know, and I'm guilty of it too. I've worked in restaurants where, you know, when I was in high school and I'm like, there's like no pepper. Like
Yeah.
it needs pepper, you know, and then like somebody's coming back and they're like, who put pepper in the,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But yeah, you know, it's definitely, you know, you want your employees to feel like they have that freedom to like be themselves and be creative. And we do, because, you know, making a new menu, an entirely new, like 20 meals every single 2 weeks, you know, they do have a lot of input, you know, it's from our employees.
How many
and
employees do y'all have
customers.
right now?
Right, almost 40.
40.
Holy.
Well, that's
Man.
that's
Great.
full time, part time. That's drivers,
Drivers,
admin,
admin.
front, retail store, everything.
Yeah.
True.
Everything.
And you guys
Delivery
have a
only
couple.
local? Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is delivery only local?
Yeah,
Ish?
we've done some shipping, because actually in the state of Florida, ground shipping is always overnight. So we were able to, you know, it is a little easier, I think, just in Florida if you're shipping.
Yeah.
Because it'll get there the next day.
And you do dry ice with it or something? Or how does that work? Like the cold
Always
pack?
just done the cold packs.
Okay.
And we did have to, because there was some time ago when we were shipping down to Miami, and you know, you have to like drop it off when it was getting picked up by the, you know, like the truck, and it's like sitting on the truck, you know, overnight.
True, yeah.
And so we would have to like put them in the vac seal bags and vac seal them and freeze them.
And then trust
And
that the
then
driver
put
like
them
makes
in-
it. You know, you don't want it to be like 2 days, 3
You
days.
gotta drop it off
God.
by a certain time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was, I mean, that's a whole other, can of worms to get into shipping. I feel like the way that we package and the way that we're cooking, it really is like the better experience to have it fresh and not frozen.
For sure.
Because it's like when you start freezing, it ruins
Yeah.
the texture of like the vegetables and,
Oh,
it's-
definitely.
ugh,
We
just
deliver all the way up to Fernandina and Yulee. We have a pickup location up there. All the way down to 207.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We
That's
go all the way
not as
down to
steep.
it's called Better Bodies, Anastasia Island,
Okay.
Nice.
to Oakleaf. We used to do Ocala.
yeah,
How
we-
many pickup locations is there?
Oh man,
Hundreds?
Around
okay.
20.
Oh, that's that's perfect.
with
Some-
like a
somewhere there.
fridge.
Yeah.
Like our fridge is
Yeah.
in that location.
And then you guys also have a couple of like brick and mortars too, which are those just chicken or are those just kitchens or are those like is there just chicken in the brick and mortar?
We have two
no, but like
places.
okay, so because
Yeah.
the one that we went to was the one in Riverside.
Yeah,
I believe
that's our store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. We used to
It's
have
like
3 stores.
retail.
We've had to scale back. Kind of COVID changed the model a little bit.
Sure.
But we have a manufacturing facility nearby in the rail yard district where we make all the food, close to the store.
Okay,
Everything
gotcha.
is distributed from there.
Okay, cool. And so then you could just go to the store and pick it up, honestly, if you were to. That's awesome. Where's the closest pickup location to the beaches? I mean, we'll never not do delivery. I don't know why I'm asking, but just curious.
yeah, we have a couple places at
We
the
have 2 at the beach. One's at SAS, Sophia Salon, Whole Foods Strip Mall. And then we have one in Ponte Vedra. They're closing the gym. And so we're going to move that fridge to First Place Sports in Jacks Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Probably this week. Next
Right
week.
across the street. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, we used to have one in Atlantic Beach. I need to get another spot in Atlantic Beach because we have a lot of customers that
Yeah.
get home delivery in Atlantic
Sure.
Beach. So
I bet
it's-
COVID was a weird time for y'all to be doing this.
It was
Oh.
different.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
one of the biggest struggles during that? I actually worked in the healthcare industry during COVID, so
Oh,
that's
wow.
what pushed me out of it, to be honest, was COVID.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what were kind of the biggest struggles y'all went through?
Managing the staff. Some people were sensitive to the whole thing and making sure everybody was masked up. Some people didn't want to mask up, so managing that. But we were deemed essential, so we never had to close down.
Oh, that's awesome.
We thought at first possibly we would be
Super
get
busy.
busier
Yeah.
because they were saying, well, the healthier you are,
Yeah.
the better chances you are. And I was like,
True.
oh, this is great. But also I didn't factor in, there's a lot of fear with all this.
Yeah.
People working from home. So they sent a lot of people to work from home where that's where your kitchen is.
Oh,
And I
true.
think you couple that with the fear, and so people were scaling back.
Yeah.
And so we never did get busier.
Also, a lot of people are scared financially. Like,
That's
they
what
don't
I
want to
mean.
be committing to
Some
the.
people lost their jobs and,
Yeah.
so they couldn't afford to buy
Yeah.
meals.
What is the average price for like a meal? Like, I know you guys do different portion sizes, but like, what is like a,
Yeah.
one of these bougie little burrito bowls that y'all got? Like, how much are one of those costing? Because you go and get that same meal from a restaurant, it's like $25.
Oh, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a range.
$10. Yeah, it's
Yes.
like the average.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
I'd say mid nines,
can-
maybe low nines, all the way
not
up.
expecting it to
It,
be
can,
that
it
cheap,
just
honestly.
depends on the
Up
menu.
to 14. Yeah, for like an Arnold salmon, it could be 14 or.
That's still like such a deal. Because I think that
Oh,
there
I
is
know.
this like perception that meal prepping is very expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's always been like that for me, at least, where I feel like, okay, for me to go and get like a bunch of fresh steaks and like chicken and do all this stuff and like cook it out, and then I got to like factor in me cooking the meal, like the time that's going to take for you to take half of your Sunday and like meal prep all these things. I don't think anyone would ever like say that they wouldn't prefer to do, like anyone that's like trying to be healthy or whatever. Like everyone wants to meal prep, but it's like
Yeah.
such a hassle.
Right.
You know, I mean, you
so-
guys kind of take out like all the hard parts of it, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't kill your wallet.
Yeah.
It's delivered literally right to your door. Just
You're
walk
gonna
inside
spend
and
the
grab
same
it.
amount of money.
Yeah.
So you're saving you're buying your time.
Oh,
Right,
100%.
exactly.
100%.
And the waste. I mean, a lot of people, they'll buy a bag of spinach and they're only using like a quarter of it, and then it goes bad.
True.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times they make a bunch of meals, but it's the same meal. And they're like, I really don't want to eat the same thing every single day.
That's one thing about David. I'll see him, like, he'll always post on his story, it's the same thing. It's chicken, some kind of like Dijon mustard, pickles, and like one little tiny side item or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you can't, this is like the 18th day in a row.
So
I've
we
seen
have
you eat
those
this.
meals as well. They're athlete meals. We had a lot of people asking for meals without sauce. So we said,
We got the no sauce people.
they're athlete meals. They're on our menu.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're pretty basic.
It's perfect. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
The
you are kind of-
athlete meals are what that had me
Yeah.
like sitting there like, okay, like it's funny. And I guess this will turn into a question is I had a business idea one day being an allergy boy that like, how can I make the best plain food ever?
Yeah.
Like, how can I maximize rice? How can I maximize teriyaki-less chicken? How can I like, what would be your ideal, like, I guess my idea for a business would be what would be y'all's, 2 or 3 meals that you would, I guess, design for a business like that that's strictly plain Jane, because that's me.
Right.
The athlete's meal go right up my alley, so I guess
totally.
I actually got one of those whenever I did the food review.
Yeah.
It was like just chicken and rice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there might have been like some broccoli with it. I think there's broccoli with it too. I mean, it was like so fire.
Which is funny
But
because I
it's, like,
think I
plain,
commented
bro.
on that same thing, and I think I said something slick that
Oh,
you
that's right.
liked.
He did.
Was that you?
Yes.
And-
Wait, what did you say again? Well,
I said that plain ass meal looks bussin'.
oh, that's right. That's right.
And I thought that you might have
like,
taken that
he's
as
so
an
right.
insult. And I
No.
was being dead ass. Like I love plain Jane food.
Right.
people
And
People have been asking me that because I'm such a sauce person. And I was like, no, I'm not making any meal that is going to be boring, no flavor, no, and I always thought that me coming from like the fitness industry, and I'm like, here I am making meal prep meals, and I like say no every time somebody's like, can you just make me like plain chicken and rice?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And so finally I'm like, okay, let's make like a chicken and rice. We'll just call it an athlete meal. You
Yeah.
know, it's what all the guys at the gym are asking me for. And I thought, oh, it's nobody's going to order this, And it was like the first
bestseller.
weekend. He's like, did you put that on the website? And I'm like, yeah, the athlete meal it's on there. And he's like looking on his phone. He's like, oh my God. And
It was sold like 100 in the first week.
Yeah,
No
like
way.
that first weekend, we were like, holy shit. There's like 100 of these things.
I thought something was wrong.
Yeah, he thought there was
The
some
site's broken.
error. Yeah. And I was like, and all the kitchen staff, they were like, what's this? I'm like, this is the new
They're
athlete
probably
meal.
hyped though. It's like the easiest thing for them to make. Like just chop up some
Yeah.
chicken and
Oh,
like,
it's the lowest. I mean, it's like it has the lowest labor. Yeah, because it's a ton of chicken, and then there's a salmon one. We're gonna introduce a chicken thigh one and a beef one soon. So there's gonna be pretty much a whole branch of like all these athlete meals are gonna be coming out.
Is there a certain like, I guess it would be cut of chicken that's healthier than the other ones? Because I noticed we actually, surprisingly enough, like I'm not even the second healthiest person in our household. It's Cassidy, our dog, and then me. And the cats are a close fourth. But our dog is eating, like, we're getting fresh chicken, peas and carrots, pumpkin, and like all these things where he's eating so healthy every week. But like I've been noticing we've been getting these different cuts of chicken. Is that what's called, a cut of chicken? Like I'm assuming like same mistake. But
if you use
the breasts look like they're injected with freaking steroids. Like they're like huge. It's like
you got to be careful where you're getting the chicken from because they will put a solution in the meat to plump it up.
okay.
And then they can get more money for.
I mean, I'm like, I've never, like, this is like
weight.
the size of the chicken. How is this like one breast?
I
You know, it makes no sense.
And when you go to like a local, if you're getting like going to the farmer's market or going to a local farmer and getting like actual real chickens that have been like running around and and they're like just so tiny.
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Like a little chicken wing is like nothing. It's like a,
their little leg
like 2
and
bite.
their little breast, and they're like so small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Have y'all explored the catering world?
yeah, so we first because we cater all the time. Actually, we never really set it up formally on our website, and right before COVID, we had a lot of offices that were wanting to get nice healthy lunches for the office staff and meetings and stuff, and pharmaceutical reps, and they always want to order healthy stuff to take with them for catering. And right before COVID, we had this whole menu set up because our meal prep menu changes every 2 weeks. So it's like we were like, how are we going to put together a catering menu that's going to be like a standard that doesn't really change that much? And so we finally figured it out. And then COVID happened and everything just kind of like went crazy. And, you know, eventually, we finally have had the time now that we've been sort of like working on all the automation. We've been automating just a ton of stuff behind the scenes. And so now we've had the time to kind of go back to that old catering menu, and we're about to launch, you know, our fresh new, you know, catering option on our website. So that
that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, just we're like a big company where like they're trying to, because like we both work for like huge companies or whatever, and they'll do a meeting and it's like the lunch that they're bringing in is like, you know, smash burgers or something like that. You know what I mean? Or it's like, Mission
Right,
barbecue.
barbecue.
Oh God, Bono's. I swear, I've
always-
had the only time I really had Bono's is like when it's catered at an event
Yeah.
or something. And it's
always
like
barbecue.
this huge plate of mac and cheese and like all. Granted, it's freaking amazing.
Kind
but-
of barbecue sauce. Like,
Oh yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And so for you guys, like, what does a catering menu look like? Is it just like a whole variety of meals, or you just have like a top 5 and you kind of just like make a bunch of those?
It's pretty much because we're always ordering the same proteins and vegetables every week. I mean, we're always ordering the chicken, the beef, the salmon, the shrimp, you know, and then we're always getting your basic vegetables, your green vegetables, your, you know, carrots and squash and zucchini and all that. And then we're always getting, you know, the brown rice, the white rice, the potatoes, you know, so it's these standard, you know, items that are always in-house. And so we're like, oh, well, let's just piece together, you know, where they're always going to be here. So we'll just and we always have a pesto sauce, because I'm like this pesto freak.
I love pesto sauce.
Yeah.
Like pesto cheese bread.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with some pesto.
Say less.
Yeah, and a barbecue. We always have like a barbecue sauce, and we make it with honey, so it's a healthy version of a barbecue sauce. And so, we
Pesto's
kind of,
really good.
yeah, and you can just pretty much pick out, you know, what proteins do you want, what starches do you want, and then it just comes in a, you know, the large hotel, you know, container that instead of, you know,
individual ones or whatever. It's cool too, because you guys actually pop up at a lot of the cool cultures. So this is one thing I've been like begging Hayden to go to. Like if anyone needs cool culture, it's my boy Hayden. And not in a bad way,
So
but like
fun.
golly, we're in there getting like B12 shots and all these things or whatever. And Hayden's like, I'm vitamin deficient, and I'm like, brother, we gonna get your vitamins right.
Yeah.
But it's cool because like you guys will pop up with a table and like you got all these different samples. Like you can't stay at their table too long because then you're not gonna do your workout class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like stuffed. You know.
Right.
But God, I wish you could try the peanut butter
I know.
bars.
Well, I'll have to make you the paleo bars, like, well, no, you can't have nuts.
No nuts.
I'll have to
Just the
make
chocolate. Let's do
you-
just the.
Do
just
all y'all's
We
food have
did.
nutritional facts on it and stuff?
Yeah.
That was my main question. It's
Yeah.
like, can I see what's in there?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is impressive too, because like there's a ton of probably like FDA stuff you guys got to go through to like. I don't even know if I really don't know the process. I'm talking out of my ass, but like I know that like we kind of toyed with the idea of making our own orange juice, and quickly realized that it's very difficult to make a item that you sell to the public. Like you
Yeah.
can make one that's like a lemonade stand type of thing, and you don't got to really
Right.
go through all that.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to actually like create this orange juice empire and like sell it to people. All the FDA regulations is like crazy. Do they have to come and like search your kitchen and stuff? Like, how does all that work?
Well, in the state of Florida, you can operate under it's like a cottage food license where you can sell at like the farmer's market and
Okay.
like make it at your house.
Yeah.
And then you do get it inspected.
Yeah, I don't
Or if
I don't know about the
inspected.
inspection part,
That's kind
but
of how I first started, but yeah, when you can only make like 30 grand a year
30, yeah,
or something.
30,000 or less
so
in
when you
sales.
start
Oh, wow,
selling,
okay.
otherwise you got to be inspected.
So you can't really even do like a full business out there.
That's
I mean,
not
you get a little
really
side gig
like
or
a
something.
side gig, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Once you get over 30 grand a year in sales, you need to be in a commercial space where you can be inspected and be licensed.
Yeah.
Either a catering license or a retail food license.
If y'all don't mind me asking, what's the biggest month y'all have had in sales? Like, I'm just so curious.
it
Like,
was
I'm a numbers
right-
guy, so I'm
It
like,
was right before COVID. Yeah.
It was like, I think it was around 2018, 2019.
Oh yeah. That was when
How
we
much in
were-
sales in
Yeah.
1 month?
I
Just ballpark it. Just ballpark it.
200.
Oh, wow. That is impressive. That is really, God, we're in the wrong business, brother. Goodness gracious. Golly. We're about to start up our own meal prep company. It's going to have no good ingredients because we can't eat anything.
Blackstone over there.
Yeah, literally. We need to fire. We'll make this bitch a commissary. Screw podcasting.
Well,
Right?
I'm working on some stuff right now. That'll be peanuts,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you mean? What's a...
Well, we put together a corporate wellness program.
Okay.
And so we're pitching that right now to some big companies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we have it going on.
Dogs.
What is
Yeah.
that? What would be a corporate wellness program? Like it's strict, like a dieting type of situation
Well,
for them to...
Well, we're doing it now on a small scale. Well, I wouldn't say it's like super small,
Yeah,
but
I mean, they have like 200 employees.
this company in town has, they came to us because one of their employees was a customer.
Yeah.
And they mentioned us. They paid. Okay, so companies these days are investing heavily into their employees, also to attract good talent.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they're building like health and wellness facilities on their campuses.
Oh, wow.
And they give them all these different incentives, right? And one of them was, hey, we're gonna have a food truck every day, but what they
So they don't have
realized,
to, like, leave to go
and
to
they're paying
lunch.
for it.
Yeah.
But they realized that everybody was getting like lethargic because they were just
Yeah.
eating too
They
much.
didn't feel good after.
And so they wanted to start incorporating more healthy stuff. So that's where we came in. So now they give them a credit each week.
Yeah.
And
So
they
they
all
use
they have
that's
to,
awesome.
all they do
employer
is
pays.
just order on the site and use their code that we give them. And the company pays for it.
Oh my gosh, that is like that is
Yeah,
awesome.
'cause it's like,
Because
yeah.
I've worked for a couple big companies where they'll do the food truck Fridays thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like you can't even go back to work after eating some of those
I
meals.
know.
I mean, it's like if like an Asian fusion truck like comes through,
Oh,
half of the people are going home early because they're like, having food poisoning or whatever the case is. I mean, I'm not dissing a food truck. I love a food truck
no
meal,
diss
but
on the food trucks.
but at
Yeah.
the same time,
Not at
it's
all.
like it's so difficult to like make it like germ free or whatever you call it when you're in a truck, like making it right there for you on the spot. So that is a genius idea. And like, I mean, imagine like a hospital or something. Like if there's any hospitals or like a nurse, someone is listening to that, like hospitals would be all over
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing I noticed. Like when I was working in the healthcare industry, like I was working in the OR, and it was everyone in there is like for the most part like they'd try to be healthy because like you see in like the effects of you not,
Yeah.
and so like most of the people if it's a facility like that or even like some college campuses where it's like a physical trainer like type of thing or
Yeah.
whatever, like all these exercise sciences or stuff like that, like people be all over that.
Yeah.
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 I mean, shoot, if my job gave me, I wish my job gave me a little credit for we've got started with the pod. Honestly, me and you'll start getting a little credit. I'll start. We'll,
be awesome.
we'll join the corporate
Yeah,
program.
right?
whatever,
I know.
We'll give it out to all our employees.
I know. That'd be awesome.
just
Yeah.
me, just us.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, I mean these big employers that they've got over 200 employees, and they're if the employees are leaving to go get lunch somewhere, sometimes they're taking more than an hour
Yeah.
to go get lunch, and so you're
And they're going to
losing
Buc-ee's.
that.
They're going
Yeah.
to Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And
then they're going to be less efficient when they come back if they don't feel good. So if you're keeping them at work, they don't have to go anywhere to get food, and then if they're eating something super healthy and like full of nutrients and, it's super fresh and,
Yeah.
and then they feel,
They
and
perform better.
yeah, it's
For sure.
it's that gut brain connection again. It's you perform so much better, when your gut is happy,
Yeah.
And
I keep
so-
seeing you guys pop up at a ton of wellness events too. Like I saw you
Yeah.
did a Jet Set thing the other day, which
Yeah.
Jet Set they've like blown up in the past like
Oh,
couple
Pilates
years. Like
is back in a big
golly,
way.
I was
Yeah.
not expecting that coming. I like Cass is like 3-4 times a week. Oh, here we
People
go.
don't realize when you start getting on that. I mean, because you're having to you have this moving apparatus.
Well, it's like a
with the
reformer or
cables,
something,
the
whatever it's
reformer,
called. Yeah.
and you're having to stabilize this thing as you're doing the workout, and so you don't realize you're using all these muscles that you've
Yeah.
when some of the guys come, they're like, this is like stretching,
Yeah.
and they're like sweating all over the place.
Yeah.
'cause
Our
they're just-
first wellness or our first cool culture event that we did, we didn't know what to expect. It was the first, like we were there doing content for them for the first one that they threw.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a body weight Pilates or like a body
Yeah,
weight
like
like yoga
mat
thing or
class.
something. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
mat class.
right.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Super tough.
Just like a total like I'll stick with a gym. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all this.
Just
I'm like
give me
waking
the
up the next day and
dumbbells.
like, I feel like my hip bones are sore and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
It's like, I like muscles you would never think about working.
right.
And yeah, I had no mad respect for the people that are doing Pilates. Like, I always thought that was like, low key, I thought it was like total grandma workout. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just something for the moms to all get together and do whatever. Like, no, Pilates is a real thing.
Yeah, it totally is.
And
Yeah.
screw that. But it is, I mean, mad respect for it now, you know.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy doing those events where you like pop up with the Kathy's table and like,
yeah, that's like one of my favorite parts of running the business is being able to like get out of the kitchen, take my hairnet off, take my hat off,
Yeah.
you know, like, and be able to be at these fitness events is what I used to do for a living before I started Kathy's Table. So it's just being able to put my two loves together, you
Yeah.
know,
You get a lot of
fitness and
testimony out of
food.
it too.
true. And wellness is like trending again.
Oh,
Like, I don't know
yeah.
if y'all feel like that, but like wellness is so in
Oh,
right
it's
now.
so hot.
Like
Yeah.
shoot, me and Cass was like toyed with the idea, like maybe we should just become like a fitness entrepreneur. I'm like, or a fitness influencer. I'm like, low key, I want to start
Totally.
running now. I'm like, it's
Right?
weird. It's really weird. But like
Yeah.
health and wellness is back trending
It's
again. I think
cool.
COVID probably played a little bit of a role in that.
Probably.
Everyone's like, if we don't want to die, we got to hit a gym, you know,
Yeah.
or like just, you know, touch grass for 10 minutes or something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but it's definitely back in. And I think it's really cool. And
Oh,
like that
it's-
community is like a very good community. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a good people to be involved with in a way.
Right. It's cool to be fit again, you know, like people used to think, oh, these gym people, you know, you think you're going to walk into a gym and when like every gym I've ever been into, everyone is so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is so happy that you're there.
Well,
you know?
have you guys ever like? I've never left a workout. You know, I'm having like the worst day ever. Like I
Yeah.
always leave the gym in such a good mood.
Oh yeah.
And like sometimes it gets annoying because you start making friends at a gym and like they're interrupting your sets. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to be on like a quick rest time. You only got 30 minutes in here, and then you see like your buddy that you only know from seeing it at the freaking counter at the gym every 2
Yeah.
days. You know, and like
don't know their name.
You don't know their name or anything, but like y'all are
See 'em all the
chopping
time.
up. Like yeah, but they know everything about my family. You know,
Right.
and like
Right.
they're like we're besties now.
Oh, I know.
It's really funny, like the fitness and like wellness community. I love that Cool Culture has done what they're
Yeah.
doing because
Oh,
like
it's so
for
cool.
before them, I didn't really know of any wellness clubs in Jacksonville. Like there was like gyms that were popping and they do group fitness, but like
Right.
Cool Culture has made wellness and like stuff like that cool for me at least, you know, and like
Exactly.
fun again. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good community to be involved with.
It's neat to have this, you know, social experience around, you know, the health and fitness, you know, because it's like before, you know, a lot of times when you do go to a gym or you go to a Pilates class, sometimes you don't talk to anybody,
Yeah.
you know, because you got your headphones on or whatever. But it's so awesome what he's done with Cool Culture because you can literally, it's like it's a fun thing to go do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and go be social with all these people and meet people that are all trying to be the same way, be healthy and have fun.
Well,
Yeah.
what new things do we have for Kathy's Table before we get out of here? We're gonna obviously plug everybody in and let them know where they can get all their stuff. But
Yeah.
what's new? What are you guys working on right now?
Yeah, I think probably the automation and the AI has really helped us step up our game.
Oh, really?
With our, you know, a lot of times it would take me several weeks just to put together like 2 or 3 new meals.
Yeah.
Because I would have to do all the recipe by hand, do all the nutrition information by hand, you know, do all the photography, you know, because I need photos of it for the website and then I need photos and videos for social media.
Yeah.
And it would just take so long, you know, because it's this clear plastic container. So you
Yeah.
can't put like hot food, you know, it's going to fog up the container and then you
Yeah.
can't get a good picture. And so, yeah, we've been utilizing a lot of the AI to help us with some of the photography because now we can make new menu items instantly.
Yeah.
You know,
AI, the
and-
power of AI is almost scary. We
it's
did our
amazing.
April Fool's prank. We always have a really big, like, we're kind of known for our April Fool's
Yeah.
pranks. And this year we did an AI picture with Tiger Woods at the studio and told us when we interviewed Tiger right after the DUI. And it was like, my grandma, she's like, poor thing. She's like, bless her heart, her memory is just awful. And so she tells everyone in the family, I've told her a million times it's not real. It's like completely fake.
My
but
mother
she,
thought it was real.
yeah, she keeps like pulling up the picture. And
Oh,
she's like
yeah.
showing it to the neighbors and stuff. She's like, Nick got Tiger Woods on it. And I'm like, you
Right?
have to stop saying this because it's like the picture's still up there. It's got like over a couple hundred shares or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's. I actually ran into a dude last night at the Hard Press grand opening, and like he's like, dude, the Tiger Woods thing was crazy, and I'm like, brother. It's like so disheartening to like tell someone that episode's never coming out. It doesn't even exist.
Right.
But it's crazy that the picture was good enough.
Yeah.
It's got Tiger Woods like hanging over our shoulders and like we're all like buddies or whatever. And it's just funny. It's AI can save you in a lot of ways.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm using it for back end stuff, website, Google.
Oh, for sure.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
the
one thing
Google
is that I'm like,
analytics.
I love it. My job kind of is around AI and stuff, and like it takes away a lot of jobs, takes away some beauty of creation and stuff. But
Right.
if you use it as a template and as like inspiration, I don't see any wrong with it. And it's
yeah.
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that you're able to have that type of information at the palm of your hand.
And if you're a big company like McDonald's, I saw this thing where like they're not even using the real shit. Like their syrup that they'll pour on a pancake for an ad is like really like some kind of motor oil or something. You know, like all that shit's fake. And so I'm like, if the big companies are doing it, like I don't care about taking a little AI to remove the background on this picture, you know, and like the basics. So if the big dogs are using AI to their advantage or like some other bullshit, then like we can hop on that train too.
Yeah.
Proudly.
Wow.
Because there's a ton of people that are like anti-AI, and I'm like, look, try to run a business without it.
Oh,
okay,
I know. I was for a while. I was like, "There's no way I'm ever gonna not photograph my own stuff," you know. But now it's like, because when we first did our latest website was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and at first because it was just getting to be so hard to
You're doing a
change
new menu
the
every week.
all the
yeah,
time.
it's like a fresh thing of photos. Like I didn't even think about that.
It
like
was so much work.
It's
and
so
we were
much easier
like-
now.
yeah, I bet.
We were like, when we first did that website, we were like, oh, well, we're just going to call it, because the menu used to have like the dates at the top. And so you were like pinned to like those dates. And
I
so
see, yeah.
we switched it to say seasonal menu. And then when we did that website, and this was like a few years ago, and we're like, we'll just call it seasonal menu. And I'm like, yeah, well, if I just make like a classic meatball meal, we can just leave that on for the whole season, like the whole quarter or whatever.
Sure.
And so there were a couple meals that kind of like stayed on for a while, and people were saying like, did you stop changing your menu? And it was just 1 or 2 meals that were just on for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, yeah, no, like the menu's still changing. It's just seasonal,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And they're like, well,
Yeah, we
I
got a
don't
lot
like
of
that.
pushback on that.
yeah. So, yeah.
People like having their meals kind of like having some variety in there. I
Yes.
think that's the big
They
thing
love
is like
that.
I'll crave certain foods, but then I won't crave it for a week later after I get it in my system.
Yeah.
But like there are those, that is I guess like one of the downsides is like when you order a meal prep thing, it's like you're kind of married to these meals at least for the week, But like with you guys switching the menu up, it's like you don't know, like you can go through all kinds of different phases with what you're eating,
They get so excited. It's like Christmas morning. Every time we change the menu, people go nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have their favorites that we'll bring back a lot of the most popular items, and we'll use them again and again. But yeah, every time there's brand new stuff that they've never seen before, they're like, oh, shit, did y'all see Kathy's menu?
Yeah.
We gotta get some of those,
It's like sneaker drops.
Yeah, for real. It is like a sneaker drop, which is so funny.
Right?
And then Dan,
Yeah.
what about you? Where are you like getting a lot of your funness from this company, man? Like, do you have any spots where you're just like, this is the like, what's your main role with this? Obviously, like, you're the freaking owner. I know that, but like, is there any
Man,
parts where you
man.
kind of get to have like your own little,
Yeah, for sure. I like building systems, and like the challenge of growing the business.
Yeah.
Like I'm a builder, so it takes time to put all the pieces together, and I like to see things come together.
Evolve and like,
I used to.
That's
cut,
why
like,
you're-
back in the day, I
You're
was-
Hayden, I'm Kathy.
Yeah.
Literally, like that is how
I'm
it
the
is.
creative one. He's
I mean, y'all saw me trying to get this camera set up. Like Hayden can do all of like the cool. I didn't even know about Google Calendar until I brought Hayden along. For 3 years of me doing this podcast, I'm writing down a piece of paper and I would tell Joey like take a picture of my freaking thing, So you guys are definitely the same. Me and Kathy are
yeah.
just like I'm just here for the fun part,
right, exactly. Oh yeah.
But that's awesome. So let's plug these people in. Where can they get Kathy's table? And let's plug socials, the whole nine.
Can I ask
Yeah.
one question before we
Yeah, of
start
course.
that? I only because it's probably going to be good for like clip and stuff. But
Sure.
like, I'm stacking up on my $200 factor meals and Hello Fresh meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why do I choose Kathy's table over one of those two big guys?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more the local aspect of it. You're supporting people in the community, you know, our employees, their families, the local produce, the local farms, you know, and like I said before, it's that fresh, you know, it's literally been almost like hand delivered to you from your neighbor's house. You know, it's like a home cooked meal that's just brought from across the street and not shipped across the country and frozen. And, you know, so you really, like somebody said the other day, oh my gosh, this is literally the best thing I've ever eaten. It tastes like you just cooked it, you know? And so that's what, you know, makes you realize that, yeah, it's hard, but when you do, you want to keep that quality and that integrity of the ingredients, you know, and make them, every single thing shine in the container. Every Brussels, every piece of meat, you know, it's got to be, every bite, I want it to be perfect, you know. So I think that's probably the difference, is the local feel and the freshness of it, you know, just kind of like takes it to the next level.
The local side of it is probably the only reason why I would, you know, consider it, because something like that.
Yeah, dude,
we're
imagine
a big
how
corporation.
many, bro, imagine how many friggin' like meals Factor is making. You know what I mean? They're probably making a million of these things. They don't
they're
care about your one
huge.
little cup. If they mess up a friggin' item, like whatever, like you'll just be
Big old chicken fat.
Yeah,
piece,
exactly.
I can see it happening.
I feel like that's definitely like just, I mean, you know that they're going to have like, I mean, they're still making them friggin'
There's a reason it's
They're making a ton
$200
of
off. I have 5 of them at home.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like,
Yeah, that is funny. Like I'll see those all the time too. Like the ads will pop up for like factory meals, whatever. But like I don't even think about those, to be honest. Like it just feels like, I don't know.
Artificial.
It's like, yeah, it does feel artificial. Like I don't care how healthy and all these little like pictures y'all put on the website and shit. Like it doesn't feel local, you know.
Yeah.
And I know that like, I mean, there is a different aspect too, because it's like I know y'all, you know what I mean? Or like not know y'all, but like I see you guys at the events and stuff, and like you guys don't want me to have a bad impression of like you got to see your customers. You're out there, especially with you doing these wellness events and stuff. It's like you want to make sure that it's like perfect. Whereas the CEO of Factor can be like, oh, fuck off. I don't even care if yours is like, you know, good or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of these big companies, I mean, and we've used it too, is, you know, you can order all your stuff pre-cut and you know, these like Chick-fil-A and Factor. I mean, they're literally like every single piece of meat and every single vegetable is being cut by like these laser like machines that are like cutting them.
Oh, really?
So it's like you'll get Brussels that are like the stem is still on there. And it's like, but cut in half. It's like, no, like I want the stem cut off. You know, like, I don't want to eat the stem.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like, so I think that's probably one of the bigger differences too, is that we are hand, you know, cutting. There's not like machines, you know.
I like that.
Doing a bunch
I like
of.
to hear there's no freezing. That's where I'm having to teach my family, my little sister and my roommates on how to like, let's make sure that like this doesn't get refrigerated, but this, you know, or this doesn't get frozen. And then if it does, you know, that's a big part of cooking that people don't realize.
Oh yeah. And especially when you're freezing, if there's any air in what is being frozen, you know, I mean, a lot of these big companies, they are doing these vac seal machines where they're putting it in the container and then that has the plastic in it, the air is getting all sucked out. Yeah. But sometimes I mean, there's going to be errors where there's going to be air in there, and that's where you're going to get.
Also, Factor probably ain't doing no
freezer burn,
you know, overnight shipping. Like Factor, they're probably making it all on a Monday. You're getting it on a Friday. Like that's not even a fresh meal no more, you know?
Right.
No, they probably have a big freezer, and they just restock it.
They're all just sitting in the freezer.
And so, you know, how long has the meal been frozen? It shows up. You know, where's your money going?
Yeah.
Where is Factor?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, your food just sits on a box, and you go home, you open it, and then I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I mean, it's fine. It's just a different business model.
But it's
I would say ours is fresher.
For sure. 100%. As someone that's had a ton of y'all's meals, it's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
Let's plug these people in.
Yeah.
So, kathystable.com.
Yep. kathystable.com, where you can order. You can have it delivered or pick up at any of our locations. And then our Instagram and Facebook, you can see all of our new menu, you know, items that have come out. We're always pushing that on social. It's Kathy's Table on Instagram and Facebook. So you can see everything. We have a
Who runs y'all's
TikTok
Instagram?
and Snapchat. Well, I have someone that helps me, but we did have a company for a long time. New Era, we love you. They're amazing. They really helped us step up our game and be very
y'all's content is
professional. Yeah,
spot on.
There's somebody named Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I my bachelor's degree was in marketing and graphic design, so it's kind of easy for me to put all that stuff together.
That's awesome.
And doesn't cost as much. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, y'all
that
go
part
on there,
is
browse everything.
fun.
There's tons of different
Yeah.
options, tons of different portion sizes. I mean, I've yet to go on there and find like things that I don't want,
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys and thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
Seriously, it's
Thank
been an
you.
absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's watching this episode. This is definitely episode 156. We love you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Once again, thank you to Kathy and Dan for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
This has been a good one.
Yeah.
Y'all, we are out.